All right, I just turned it on. So how does that sound? Because I got the mic like right here off camera. I ain't set the light up on this side. I hope that's okay with y'all. That's a little hot right here. Move it away a little bit. Give me that mysterious look. Hello, everyone, and welcome to John Crimes. That's okay. How you guys doing? Me look at my chat here. Oh, no, I can hear myself. I forgot to mute it. Hold on. I ain't set the light up on this side. I just turned it on. So how does that sound? Because I got the mic like right here off camera. I ain't set the light up on this side. I hope that's okay. Now mute this one, and we should be good. Let me see. Well, I got a hair. Where's the hair on the dark side? So. All right. Okay. Now, is the hair gone? No. The hair's gone, right? All right. I forgot you guys like 10 seconds behind me, so the hair's gone. Let me go back up. Karen. Hello, Karen. Oh, see, I hate that it does this because it wants to keep looking at my face, so it's gonna lose focus. So I gotta like put my little laptop. Look at my finger. Put my little laptop. You know, technically, I don't even need the bottom part because I'm not typing, right? Let me see. Let me see. Can I use it like a tablet? Boom. There we go. It's the whole point of having a detachable tablet. I can do like this. And all right. So, hello, Jenny. Always here to support new people like Chris. My girl Ruth is here. Half Rudder is here. New person Brittany Smith has been showing me nothing but love. I see everybody. I see everything. I appreciate you, Brittany Smith, for checking out multiple channels that I have and the lovely comments that you've left. Lori Staggs. Hello, Lori. Gina. Wait, why am I trying to use my finger? I got to get used to using what I got. Let me see. Yo, there we go. Kimberly Duncan. Guys, this is the last time you'll see this setup right here. It may not be. I could just set it up to look exactly like this in my new place. It's probably gonna look similar, but the other side is gonna definitely look different. I will have probably green and black background at my desk on the wall for sound to match my Miami Dolphin gaming chair that I got for my birthday this year with a whole new desk. So the desk part will look different. I may set this up for when I go live. And it's still going to be at 9:30 Eastern time, even though I won't be on the East Coast. I'm still going to do it at 9:30 Eastern time. But this is the last time you guys will see me in this place. Ellie, hello, Ellie is here. Jay, Misty, I'm trying to catch up. What's up, Shay? And Rebecca says she can't believe she's catching me live. You are catching me live. I'm gonna keep it 1,000% with y'all. I ain't gonna even front. If you donate anything at all during this live, or donate anything this week, that will be welcome. I had no idea in my infinite wisdom that filling up a U-Haul across the country is gonna take about $600. I did not know this information. That's insane to me. And I calculate my mileage and filling up 8 times. I was like, good Lord, $600. Whoa! So I'd appreciate anything you want to give to the PayPal. And tonight, I wanted to surprise somebody first before we get onto like the Brazilian Jessica Chambers one. Somebody hit me up today while I was getting prepared, and I left my phone. My mods. I left my phone on the other side. I don't remember the person's name. I'll put their name in the chat, but maybe they don't want their name to be known. So maybe this is a good thing because I didn't ask them. But someone hit me up and they said it would mean the world to me if you would bring light on a case in Tennessee. I pulled up some articles. I don't know anything about this case. I've never heard it. I didn't do anything before the live started. So when I go over the details about this case, as I read it or say it out loud, I will be learning information right along with you all. The case is on someone by the name of Landon Robbins. So I'm going to quickly go over that one first. And I apologize. Last time I did the live, I said we was going to quickly go over a case, and I went that quickly began to turn to 45 minutes when we went over the Lindsay Busiak update on her case. That was like a live within itself. What's up, Jessica Badger? I like the background. It's warm and soothing while still being bright and creating a good contrast. Thank you. Shout out to Stephanie. I know you're watching. Stephanie was showing me her new setup that she got. You guys are gonna love it, and how she can change the lights and everything. You know what I'm saying? You learning good. You're learning good, Stephanie. So I love her new setup that she got going on, and I can't wait to set up my permanent setup that's gonna be forever. It's a cup on top of my computer with condensation on it. All right, we're gonna get the live started. Most of my stuff is worth $600 to move. I'd be better off leaving it and using the money to buy new. When I say $600, I mean gas. That means you can have an empty truck or a full truck. It don't matter the stuff you got. The smallest U-Haul across the country, you're gonna fill that up 8 times, and that's gonna run you about $600. Now I have talked to people, and they say sometimes the estimates come in a little bit more, which made me feel so much better because I'm like, good Lord, good Lord. I wish I could pack everything I have inside of my car. That would have been lovely, man. And then I looked into getting a pod to move it, but pod is the new phase that everybody's doing because you just load your stuff at the house and then they ship it for you. But the problem with pods is pods are way more expensive than you moving it, like almost double the price. So that's crazy. The actual U-Haul truck was only $1,500, so that's not bad. How can I email you about a story that I personally have? You can send it to my email that is on this channel. Okay, so I want to move to Landon Robbins, and let's learn about Landon Robbins together if you've never heard about Landon Robbins. This was article that I pulled is from September the 5th. This is 2013, so this is not a new case. Detectives in Rhea County child's death worst case of child abuse seen. Oh man. There comes okay, this is gonna be a hard one. It's been 4 days since 5-year-old Landon Robbins was found deceased inside a Rhea County home. 2 suspects have been charged in connection with Landon's death. 5-year-old Landon Robbins' mom and her boyfriend were charged with aggravated child abuse over the weekend. But Tuesday, officials say they had enough evidence to hand down a felony first-degree murder charge on both. I don't understand, like I don't. Why would 2 adults, because it happens so much, discuss to take a child's life? 2 of this, like it's like with Adrian Jones or all the other cases I hear. How can you just talk to another adult about what are you gonna do with a child? And this is her son. This is Landon Robbins' mom conspired with her boy. What is this thing about relationships that you're gonna choose somebody? You're not even married in this situation. Or what's the famous South Carolina case? Well, she may be up for parole now or something, where the lady put her 2 children in the back seat of that red car, one of the most famous cases ever. I'm just horrible with names. And she drove him into a lake to date a guy. I mean, love make you do some crazy stuff, but like, I wonder where this guy is now. This guy, you ended your children's life. They probably, I can't remember this happened in the 90s or something, so at least 30 years old now. Their children have been grown men around my age, her little boys. And this is what you do to them for a boyfriend. No, the John Crimes at Gmail is not open. It is not going to work now. It's a business account, so I'm waiting for YouTube to send me for Gmail to send me something to prove that it's me. So if you send an email to that John Crimes when it's not going to work yet, I'm not going to see it. I'm not going to get it. So send any emails to me to my email on this page. Just go to my about section and wait. I think I changed that to John Crimes. All right, so my email. This is my email right here. Until give me 2 weeks, and it'll be John. My email will be johncrimes@gmail.com, but it's not now. It's still on hold, waiting for verification. I'm sorry, I never use this stuff. So, all right, that's my email right there. I'm like the elder person you give something new to, like, hey baby sugar, let me let me. Okay, that's the Gmail. Mars copy and paste that, and you throw it throughout chat in case someone want to know how to hit me up about a case. To be honest with you though, unless my patrons can send me a message or chat, but anybody else, you'd be better off joining the Facebook group and posting cases in there because a lot of people see it, and the more people start talking about it, the more I'm likely going to do a case. You can catch me on a rare instance, like someone caught me today, and I was just sitting there, and I said, "Hey, let's just surprise her and do the case." So going back to the case on Landon Robbins, veteran Lea County detectives say this was the worst case of child abuse they've ever seen. There's just no telling what he went through. He was just a big bruise, Landon's grandfather Jerry Wells said. I really had plans to love him, Landon's biological father Gerald Wells said. Wait, why did he have plans to love his son? That's weird. Like, I'll get more details, but I don't understand how you can have plans to love your son. You should already just love it. You should love your son infinitely before they're even here. Landon's biological dad and granddad live in the Knoxville area. They're struggling to understand why his life was taken on Friday. He was the most precious kid, Jerry Wells said. Landon lived in Spring City. He lived in Spring City in his mom, 24-year-old Jessica Robbins' custody. They just moved into a camper with her year-long boyfriend, 22-year-old Bradley Adcock, a few weeks later. Let's stop right here. So far we know she took her son's life for her boyfriend, and she had only known this man for 1 year. Let me go back up here and get this right. Let me see something. Let me scroll back up. Okay, I just want to make sure I got the math right. You gave birth to a precious, perfect being, and you've known this individual that carries your DNA that you're supposed to be a god to in the eyes of this individual for 5 years. 5 years. And you meet a man off the street for 1 year, and you decide to end the life of your 5-year-old miracle. What's up, Jay Pleasant? Jay Pleasant. I see all the love and great advice that you've given me across multiple channels. It's been so great. If you even notice on the video, I clicked heart on just about everybody comment except for yours because it was so touching. I didn't want you to see and get a notification when I click heart if I didn't have the time to respond to you. So that's why I skipped yours. I wanted to wait to respond to you and say something in detail because what you said was very, very touching to me. And I really, really appreciate that. I'm only stopping the article because I come back and check your messages from time to time. So I'm just scrolling through the chat. I didn't know what love was till I gave birth. I can't understand it either and don't want to, Rebecca Rivera said. Kimberly Duncan said, "You're right, John. Love can make a person do crazy stuff." Dinky Lee said, "I love your channel and the hard work you put into your channel, John. Thank you." Ellie Decker said, "Exactly. Just unimaginable. Whole lot of crazy on both parts to even consider this." You guys help me out with this. Susan Smith. I see you guys all type the name Susan Smith. I'm going to stop reading the comments right here. Let me know. Am I late on this? Have all of you guys heard about this Landon Robbins story? Type a 1 if you've heard of the Landon Robbins case. And type a 2 if you've never heard it either, like I have. And I'm going to go back to reading the article. All right. Friday afternoon, she, his mother, called Jessica Robbins, called 911 saying Landon wasn't breathing. Always happens that way, right? It's so cliche. Actually, one of the last stories I'll do from Georgia before I leave, I've already filmed the parts I need to around town. It was here in the city of McDonough, Georgia, a case like this where a woman had to give up her child for adoption, and she gave her child to a lawyer. And this is a prominent lawyer, and her family is in the city that I live in here. And the lawyer really act like, I'm gonna help you out, I'm gonna take care of your child. The lawyer got the child, and she murdered the child within 3 months of having the baby. This is the biggest case in the town that I live in, and a lot of family members are involved because there's a lot of family that's in the police department or lawyers for the prosecution. So a lot of people around town are scared to talk about it. So kind of convenient for me that when I do the documentary of it, I'll be long gone away from Georgia, so I don't have to worry about any harassment. But what's particular about that case is that the lawyer that adopted the little girl, she was acting nice, like, I'll take care of your baby. The reason she wanted to take care of the baby is because way back in high school, the woman who gave up her child for adoption, she picked on the lawyer when they was in high school. They had some kind of rift or whatever. So to get back at her, she remembered this for all of these years. Nice to the lady, talk to the lady, and the lady's crying, don't want to give her a baby, but she knows she's on drugs, and the best thing to do is, I see a successful lawyer that can take care of my child. She gave it to the lawyer, and the lawyer killed the baby. But when the lawyer called the police and the ambulance and stuff, said the same similar stuff, got problems here, baby can't breathe, they come there and find bruises all over the baby. I don't know why do people feel like they can get away with stuff if you're saying the same lie that everybody who's been captured before you have said? What in the narcissist system is going on here that they're just not gonna suspect anything? Anyway, first responders found him lying on a makeshift bed in the living room. She said the young child had had a backyard accident the night before. Rhea County Detective Rocky Potter said, but investigators say he had too many injuries that were not consistent with the playing accident story the couple described in interviews over the weekend. They first charged them with aggravated child abuse, but Tuesday said there's enough evidence to charge both with first, they thought about it, degree murder. The preliminary autopsy listed multiple blunt force trauma as the cause, as the cause of death. We haven't had anything like this though. I've been child abuse investigator since, who wrote this article? They're missing words, making me look like I can't read. They're literally missing words. I've been a child abuse investigator since Sheriff Neal took over in 2002, and this is the worst one I've had to work with, Detective Potter said. Potter says this case is taking an emotional toll on the entire police department. We all have children, said Potter. I just hope they see what they've done. I hope they open their eyes, Gerald Wells said. Robbins also had custody of 2 other children, ages 3 and 4, that also live with Adcock. They were placed with the family members. Investigators wouldn't comment on if they also show signs of abuse. The couple is being held in Rhea County Jail with no bond. They're scheduled for arraignment Friday. Landon's family in Knoxville is planning a visual in the memory that same day. One of the great things about this is that, if we can use the word great things, there's nothing great about this. But as far as us trying to get more information, this happened in 2013. So I'm sure that there's far more stuff that we can look at here tonight if we really want to dig into Landon Robbins' case. Let me try to grab his name and copy and paste and do some research. To my mods, I know in our chat, with my mods. You guys also put more articles and stuff on Landon Robbins, and I left my phone on the other side of this desk. Could you type links that you wanted me to discuss in the chat to my mods that you guys put? Like, where all these numbers come from? I remember now. One big bruise. I'm already sick. I feel you, Jade. I'm late to the show. Dang it, Michelle. You're not late, Miss Knighton. That story about the lawyer is messed up. How horrible. Gina, I was afraid for the first time on this channel trying to get information on the case. I went to the little girl's grave. I went to go talk to several people around town. And no one wants to touch that case because of the family's power in town. It's sort of like when I did the case on um, Caitlin Nicole Davis. It was a little nerve wracking being in town because I went live and said I was going to that town for the case. So people alerted people in that town. So they was looking for a black guy snooping around town, and I was followed even too. But what was scary about this case is that I live here. You know, I can leave with Caitlin Nicole Davis and go, but like when they figure out I'm snooping here, I can't go anywhere. I live here, so that was the only nervous thing about it. So so glad you're covering this. Landon deserves to have his story known. This should be big news, but yet none of us have heard of it. Jessica had the 5-year-old boy and 3 and 4-year-old girl. 3 and 4-year-old girls. Haven't heard of it, but anything more seems to be more and more prevalent. Okay, and then my mods is coming with the links. All right, Emily, I'm about to click on your first link and see what this takes me to. All right, this first link, Bradley Adcox gets 43 years in 2013 Tennessee murder of 5-year-old Landon Robbins. This is why I'm glad that this is my final time going live, because the next time I go live, I will be able to set up to show you pictures. I will be able to click stuff and have it appear on the screen. It's hard for me to do it now because the camera is hooked to the other computer over there, so I have to turn around and go over there to do it. But I see Bradley Adcock now and Jessica Robbins. The father, the biological father of Timothy, the father wants death penalty for daughter in 2013 Tennessee slaying of... Wait, what? Father wants death penalty for daughter in 2013 Tennessee slaying a 5-year-old. Is the article saying that Jessica, the mom, her father wants her killed? Nah, that's freaking awesome if it is. Hello, Susan. How are you doing, Miss Walls? It's been at least 20 years since the death penalty was sought in a Rhea County, Tennessee court, according to District Attorney Mike Taylor. But he said that's what a number of Rhea, I hope I'm saying this county right, Rhea County residents want for Jessica Robbins and Bradley Adcock, the couple accused of abusing Robbins' 5-year-old son Landon ultimately to his death. I've received some calls from probably around a dozen people supporting the prosecution saying, we want to see justice done. Words to that effect for Taylor, Taylor said. He is unsure whether the prosecution will file notice to pursue the death penalty against Robbins and Adcock, but did not rule it out for Wednesday afternoon. The Rhea County grand jury handed down its indictment against Robbins, 29, and Adcock, 22, on Friday morning. Okay, this is more court stuff. I want to see, can I find more personal stuff? Did they confess and say more further details of what they did? Why did they do it? Why there's three children? Why was Landon picked out? All right, so I already seen the second link. Let me click on this third link here. Mom gets 60 years prison for horrible abuse. All right, she got 60 years. According to testimony, here's some stuff I want to get into. Okay, testimony. Preliminary autopsy reports show that the boy had bruise and blunt force trauma and contusions all over his head and face and a bite mark on his back. He had been forced to eat soap and cigarette butts, some of them found in his digestive tract. All right, now things have taken a turn. Because this sounds Adrian Jonish. This sounds very Adrian Jonish. According to testimony from the only witness called, Rhea County Sheriff's Detective Rocky Potter, Jessica Robbins told investigators that she and Adcock had known each other for lots of years, but began living together over the summer at a 25-foot long camper on Cowwood Road. Adcock was filling the role as father for Landon. No, he wasn't, if he was feeding the kid freaking cigarettes. He was filling the role of villain, scumbag, and monster that I hope is locked up in a room full of big, strong men that don't like child abusers. He was not filling in as the role of a freaking father. For Landon and his two sisters, ages 3 and 4. He was the father figure. I let him do spanking and set down the rules and be a father figure, which they had never had, Potter read from Robbins' statement. There were no punishment for several days in late August, but Landon started having nightmares on August the 25th after watching a scary movie on TV. Robbins' statement described how events unfolded over the next few days. Possibly, let's brace ourselves if they're going to go into details about stuff that we just heard about. So, warning. We both had whipped the kids for not going to sleep on time. But Landon would never take them seriously and he would laugh at us. The detective read. Bradley hated to be laughed at, so he would whip him more and more. On Wednesday, August 28th, Landon again would not go to sleep, and Brad was irritated, so he began beating him on the butt and back of the legs. Again, we just gave up. Landon laughed at us the whole time. The next night, all three children stayed up for an hour past their appointed 7:30 p.m. bedtime. We asked Landon what he wanted for punishment. He said to eat cigarette butts. Oh my God, I'm finna get mad. I'm finna get mad. You're not about to blame this on this child. Or are you about to blame the death of your child on your child? I've done so good to not cuss on this entire live. Hold on. Let me take a break and read y'all comments. Hello, Autumn. I see you, Autumn. It sounds like they're about to blame Landon for his own death. They're about to blame this 5 year old because she didn't know how to control a 5 year old and be his mom and a parent. All right, I'm gonna go back to reading this article. We asked Landon what he wanted for a punishment. He said to eat cigarette butts. The ashtray was on the counter, so we let him pick up the butts and eat them. That's not what happened. I mean, we know that's not what happened, right? He had probably ate about 5 or 6 butts and he threw up on the floor. Why were they found in his stomach? If, if he threw them up, why were they found on his stomach, Jessica? So I gave him a gallon jug of dish soap and made him take a big gulp. We sent him outside to run and play, thinking maybe they would tire out. The two girls chose a spanking and stayed in bed, but Landon stayed outside. I'm just upset. I don't believe nothing she's saying, but like, I'd be dirty if I was a police officer. When you tell me something so stupid, you're insulting my intelligence. I'm just gonna let you pretend for one moment it's working. Oh man, we thought you was horrible parents that abused and beat your son and forced him to eat cigarettes and forced dish soap. Not, but now that we figure out that he ate them on his own and he safely threw them up out of his body, and we don't know how we found them in his body, and that you was trying to be a great mom and let him drink a big gulp of soap. You've Scott, open the door, open it, let Jessica out. Jessica ain't did nothing. Close the door and lock. I would just give him 5 seconds to just think that the stupid stuff you telling me working. So let's keep listening because I want to hear Jessica try to get out of multiple contusions and beatings all across his head. Because Landon is living with great parents and a great father figure who only spanks him on the leg. So it got to be a plausible reason he has all of these injuries. So let's see what the plausible reason is. So he already had the cigarettes and he already drank a gulp of soap, right? About 9:30 p.m., Lennon came in with an injury to his nose. His sisters went in the house. They chose to get a whipping. He magically stayed outside at 9:30 at night by himself, and his nose just for no. Edcock said that happened while the boy was running around the swing set and fell against a real estate sign that was leaning up against it. Potter read from the statement. He had a cut on his nose and he was bleeding. Landon threw up again before bed. Clearly, even if there was 2 more cigarettes left, he's throwing them up now. When Landon went to sleep that night, his mother told authorities that he told her and Adcock, he loved us. These are the stories that you hear when people say, it really don't matter who the president is. Like people be happy, like, yay, the person I wanted to be president won. Either time, 4 years ago or now, doesn't matter what side you're on. It just when it gets down to these levels, when you're someone in the house with their children, it really don't matter who the president is. Like this lady has tried to convince investigators that this kid did all this stuff to himself. He ate the cigarettes himself. She was trying to be a great parent and rinsed out his mouth. He himself ran into a real estate sign at 9:30 p.m. at nighttime. And after he did all of this, they've done nothing wrong. He told him he loved them. He said he loved us and we were the best parents he had ever had. We're not idiots, but let's pretend a mom thought that if she gave her child liquid soap to swallow and drink a big gulp of, let's pretend that a woman really thought that that was going to help, that automatically disqualifies you from being a great parent if on sheer ignorance. To put a child in harm's way, you can't be great even if you thought that was a good thing. However, you're a freaking monster because that's not what happened. You guys forced that kid to eat those cigarettes. You guys forced this kid to do this. You guys beat the crap out of your son for another man that you allowed into your children's home with serious anger issues and seriously a disdain for your children. I don't even know what I'm about to read, but if he's giving it to your son like this, I wouldn't be shocked if the reason your daughters aren't getting it this bad is because he has other kind of devious plans he wants to or he has been doing with your daughters. Jeez, and this ain't even the main story. Like, this is supposed to be the short story. This is crazy. The boy seemed to be becoming sicker, according to Robbins' statement. He was unable to control his bowels on several occasions through the night and into the morning, so he wasn't sent to school. Jessica Robbins told police she checked on him later and found he had another accident and had to clean him up. I jerked him up off the bed by his arm, but I didn't think I hurt him, but maybe I did. Okay, again, I'm going to pretend that what you're saying is true. I know it's not true, but I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt because I need to give you the benefit of the doubt. I need a scenario where you really jaked him up off the arm because he's having bowel movements and he's sick from an unknown reason to you, just so you know that even under those circumstances, you are the most horrific mother ever. In your best case scenario, you're lying to police officers. You are a horrible mom. And the children should be taken away from you. In your lies, your effort to look good, you're horrible. But we know that that's not true. I was aggravated as having to clean this up again. According to Jessica, I wish I was an attorney. I would have made her look so bad. Sometimes that's what I do when I debate people. That's what I do in arguments. I'm going to prove you a liar. But before I prove you a liar, I want to play out the scenario you're giving. In the scenario you're giving, you are mad at your son because he's sick. You're such an idiot. You don't know he could be sick because of the liquid soap that you gave him to try to help clean out his body. If you came into my live late, I do not believe that lie. I'm just pretending that's the truth. In your version of the truth, you're mad at your son for being sick and you don't know why he's sick. And you wanted the police to know one of the last things he said is that you're a great parent. You should have told your son bullshit. Landon attempted to eat some breakfast and complained about pain in his arm. Why? I wonder where the pain in the arm could come from. Has anyone touched his arm? Oh, you did when you jaked him off the bed. The boy laid down again after he was given a Tylenol by his mother. I can't do this. So now he has liquid soap and Tylenol in his body, according to Potter's reading of the statement. She asked what he meant, but Landon didn't know. When she checked on him again 30 to 45 minutes later, he had stopped breathing. Now that's what I want to get to, because I knew she was going to leave this out. Even in her version of the events, she tried to explain the cigarette butts and she tried to explain the dish detergent soap. But where are the contusions all over his head? Different lumps in all over. Blunt force trauma all over. Her lie is that he ran into a real estate sign and just hit his nose. Where are all the contusions coming from? Potter testified that Adcock told authorities in his statement that the children were punished for not going to sleep. When spankers didn't work, they were given soap. Tell it, you evil scumbag. Tell on your partner in crime that killed their own children. So he wasn't given soap. Big shocker to clean out his system. They were given soap. When spankings didn't work, they were given soap from a mellow yellow bottle the first 5 or 6 times, and afterwards were given the soap directly from the bottle. You have to make it to 7. If one of them children got soap from the bottle, that means they made it to 7 times. What can a child do for you to force them to take 7 shots of soap? And you wanted to stop and make sure the investigators knew that he said that you was a great parent? A mellow yellow bottle. We gotta stop. This isn't something that happened one night. This is a routine. The boyfriend is saying, when the whippings didn't work, our second step is to grab the mellow yellow bottle is a makeshift device used to torture children. So before they even drink the soap during their regular punishments that can go up to 6 times, they know what it means when big boyfriend comes in the room with that green bottle. The fear from seeing a mellow yellow bottle. Here's the thing, people, man. There's no child in the world that's going to take 6 shots of soap and still defy you and look at you and laugh in your face. This is like Chris Watson try to make you feel some way innocent, try to make you feel they try to hide the horrific details. Oh yeah, I took Bella and Cece out to the site and I smothered them. No, you put them down and you press their face with all the strength in your body and push their head to the back seat. That's what you really did. You probably was growling and gritting your teeth to hurry up and take the life out of your daughter. These children weren't drinking soap from a mellow yellow bottle, looking at him laughing. Also, just the verbiage of what come out of their mouths, you got to listen to what they don't say. They tell on themselves, right? I thought like the girls are the good ones. They get a spanking and go to bed. So why didn't he say at the 5 or 6 time, this is when we normally I'm sorry. This is when we normally make Landon drink directly from the soap bottle. He didn't say we make Landon. He said we make the children. So you mean to tell me these little 3 and 4-year-old girls are so gangster, so bold, that they outlasted 5 to 6 shots from the mellow yellow bottle to making it to you directly giving it from them? Come on, you mean to tell me, kid? No. Let me tell you guys what really happened. These children probably was crying and shaking soon as he went to go say, I'm going to go get the mellow yellow bottle, before they took their first shot. That's what really happened. These children was horrified. Adcock, the evil boyfriend, said the 5-year-old was tough. Can't just call him Landon. He's the 5-year-old now. Okay, but you love him and you want to be his father. I got you. Adcock maintained his description of how the injuries happened with the sign and the swing set on August 29th, according to testimony. Landon's paternal grandfather, Jerry Wells, said before the hearing that no punishment for Robbins and Adcock could be enough. Wells is the grandfather of Gerald Wells, the boy's biological father. Okay, so this is Landon's grandfather on his father's side. A police officer commented on this article saying, I realize this may sound harsh, but as a father and former lawman, I really don't care if it's by lethal injection, by the electric chair, firing squad, hanging, guillotine, or being fed to the lions. Reverend Richard Hawk said, there are some people who just don't deserve to live. Women, when you guys are too weak and you let somebody come in and beat your children that you were put on this earth to raise and protect and take care of, check this out. Jessica got 60 years. The evil boyfriend that brought these horrific ideas to the house got 43 years. Let me read your comments. I came in late. Can I ask how old the child was? He was 5 years old. First 5 or 6 times, yes. I'm physically affected and emotionally so bad. My Fitbit actually thinks I'm working out. My heart rate has actually increased. And these things are so common. I don't even like if I get into a physical fight with another man, once he go down, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm stopping. He's just a regular man. How do you go in so hard on a situation like what happened to Landon Robbins and situation like happened to Adrian Jones? How can you go that far? Like it gotta be some sort of madness that has taken over your body to where that these aren't children, they are objects. They're just, you know, you can't look at these as innocent little human beings and do this kind of stuff to them. And I got to the end of that, the testimony and everything, and nobody has said how all these contusions is all over this kid's head, his body. I know how you beat the crap out of him. That's how. She's trying to describe events coincide with the injuries. Yes. She's up there, the most horrific, absolutely on point. To the woman that gave me this story to read, thank you for giving me this story. I think I may mention him when I do the Adrian Jones video. I'll try to find a way in some segue point or something is how I'm going to create the story to put Landon inside of the story too. Sounds like nicotine poisoning. Did anybody know the cause of death? I think wasn't the cause of death the blunt force trauma? That's cocktails. Oh, that angel baby he had love for them. That's a cocktail of injections. The part about him saying he loved them, I do believe, because 5-year-olds are sweet natured. They do not realize what abuse is. No, I'm gonna disagree with you. If you've been beaten that badly that night because he has fresh contusions and wound, he's beaten that badly that the police said this is the most horrific thing they ever seen. The police, they can't see cigarettes in his stomach. They can't see soap in his stomach. So when they say something's horrific, they're talking about physical abuse. No kid I know gets beat that bad and just rolls over and says, "Hey, mommy, you and your boyfriend has beaten me like this. You guys are the greatest parents in the world." No, they're hurting. They're in pain. They're crying. I don't believe he said that. How could you go so far with a child you know as well, like a child close to you? Yeah. These are the stories that give me panic attacks because I physically cannot contemplate how someone can do this. This actually hurts my physical being. Yes. As someone who is viewed as just an extension to my mother, by my narcissistic mother. I can only imagine if my mom was a malignant narcissist. I feel you, Autumn. So, this won't be the last time you will hear of the Landon Robbins case with me. I'm quite sure there's tons of information on this case. I remember my mods was talking about it in our mod group, so I'll look into more details and make sure I discuss it. You're probably gonna hear more true crime YouTubers talking about it. I could have said something funny there, but you probably are now. And it's kind of glad that, not glad, but it's kind of a good thing that that took a lot of time, because the Brazilian Jessica Chambers case, there's not a lot of information at this time. But I'm gonna go ahead and read to you guys some of this. Now, I put victims and people of the stories that I go live on in the corner. So if you look, is that on your screen? I think that's on the left side of your screen. That's on this side right here, right? So she's right here. That is the Brazilian Jessica Chambers. And the picture in the middle is her boyfriend that did it. I'm about to read the story. And the bottom picture is the car she was burned in. And let's read the articles on this story we have here. Brazilian man. Now, these articles may contradict each other on some certain things, so there's more information come out, and this will be my first time doing a case outside of the country. But some ages are contradicting itself. And here's the first one. Brazilian man, 19 years old, forces pregnant girlfriend into a car before burning her alive with the help of his wife. So that means that the woman who lost her life is a girlfriend he had, probably secretly on the side, while he was married to his wife, after she refused to have an abortion. So he burned his side secret girlfriend and her pregnant baby in this car. Cops, apologize if I badger words. Cops in Sao Paulo, Brazil, arrested the 19-year-old man and his 36-year-old wife late Thursday. This is a very fresh case. I think this happened on November the 3rd. Late Thursday, for the gruesome murder of Ellen Priscilla Ferreira. Ferreira, I think that is Ferreira. Someone who speaks Spanish or Brazilian or know how to pronounce that, help me out. I'm going to call her Ellen. Ellen is the victim here. Ellen and her friend, Ellie Carlos Santos, 39 years old. So the pregnant girl, she was in the car with a 39-year-old guy. Were tied up, 35-year-old person. I think Ellie's a girl, so I think it's two girls. They were tied up and set on fire inside a vehicle in Cardos on October the 17th. Ellen was 4 months pregnant with the 19-year-old man's baby and refused to have an abortion. Two other suspects helped the arrested husband and wife carry out the killings. So the article starts, a 19-year-old Brazilian man has been arrested for tying up his pregnant mistress and her friend and burning them alive in the car with the help of four other people, including his wife. Ellen, 24 years old, was just 4 months pregnant and expecting a baby of one of the suspects when she and her friend Ellie were killed in the town of Cordos on October the 17th. According to the Brazilian news outlet, the 19-year-old suspect and his pregnant 36-year-old wife confessed to the civil police following the arrest last Thursday. The couple said they orchestrated the gruesome crime after Fiora refused to have an abortion. I downloaded these photos. That's why I hate sitting at my desk like this. But this is the last time you'll see me going live like this. The next time you see me going live, I'll be able to quickly post these on the screen. But this is a beautiful picture of her. It's probably not going to show because of the light. I'll create a thumbnail using her photo. She's a beautiful young woman that lost her life. Young, blonde, just like Jessica Chambers. All right, but these articles, I want to see where they contradict each other, or they think they get some ages wrong. The lead investigator said he had never been assigned to a crime of this magnitude in his 30 years in the police force. Ellen was pregnant with the man who killed her. He was married but had a relationship with Ellen, the police said. The suspect's wife was also pregnant. So he had his wife pregnant, and then he got Ellen pregnant. And then his wife going again to mess up her life instead of just living her life out and having her baby. He got her involved in something. So clearly, you know that this woman is pregnant. You know that it happened. But you're going to risk the future of your child in your stomach just to get rid of her. Authorities also apprehended two other men, aged 35 and 38 years old, both of whom denied their involvement in the crime. All right, so in this article, in this one, it's saying that the boyfriend's 19-year-old and he had two older friends that are 38 and 35 that was helping. Let's see. Uh-oh, I guess it burns out a battery faster when you don't have it connected to the keyboard. So let me put it on the keyboard so it can get some juice. All right. We are trying to prove that the man and woman who were married got together with the other two suspects to commit the crime. Reported that the 38-year-old suspect attempted to distance himself from the crime by presenting himself before the authorities on October the 21st to file a police report in which he claimed he was attacked by three men while he was smoking crack. The man told the police that the attackers unlaced his sneakers and used lace to tie up his hands and feet. So he's making a fictitious story that he was going to be burned inside of the car with his pregnant girlfriend and her friend, but somehow he escaped. However, the assailants failed to set him on fire because he pretended he was unconscious. All right, and if I move over to the second article, it says harrowing details revealed after pregnant woman burned alive in the car. She was found inside a charred car that had been doused in petrol alongside her passenger. So she was in the driver's seat and Ellie was in the passenger seat. Family members could identify the bodies after they recognized the burned out car belonged to Ellen. It has since been revealed a number of people have been arrested, including a 38-year-old man who was reportedly Da Silva's married boyfriend. So this is the contradiction. This second article said that the boyfriend is the 38-year-old, which makes more sense in the second article because the wife is older too, and they got a young 24-year-old woman. But I'll tell you where the 19-year-old comes in this article. It is understood the married boyfriend is the father of her unborn baby. The news reported the boyfriend's car had visited the crime scene, which raised suspicion. So he left the crime scene multiple times. Along with the boyfriend, two men aged 19 and 35 and a 36-year-old woman were also arrested. So this article makes more sense to me because they're saying that her boyfriend, who was married, was 38 and his wife was 36. And then they had a 35 and a little 19-year-old that they had to help him out. The 19-year-old and the woman have reportedly admitted to the crime. The others have denied their involvement. Remember that the other article said that they're trying to connect the couple to the other two people. So I mean the other two people confess. So you match that with this article that's saying that the people who confessed were the 19-year-old and the 35-year-old. So I now believe that the husband is 38 years old, not 19, if that's making any sense to you all. I believe that this is an older guy she was messing with. It is premeditated and very cruel, a cruel crime, the investigator said, according to news. One of the suspects even personally comforted the victim's mother after the death was confirmed. So one of these people who burned her alive, her unborn baby and her close friend, went to her mom and comforted her mom, knowing that they committed the crime. Again, I get detail to put you into the mindset of how horrible people are. Imagine when this person went to hug her mom as her mom is crying for her daughter, if when their arm was around her mother, her mother could smell gasoline. Police are yet to establish a motive behind the murder. So I guess this article came out before they realized that he got her pregnant. Here's some differences that makes the Jessica Chambers situation uh, more horrifying. Is we don't know who did it. You know, thank God that her secret boyfriend is an idiot who went to the crime scene back and forth multiple times. And thank God that he's an idiot that made up a crazy story. But in Jessica Chambers' situation, although that there was an accident, and the accident was that Jessica Chambers didn't die. She lived, she walked around, and she was able to say either a name or make a vowel. It's just going to depend on what you believe. When me and Stephanie Harlow do it, I talked to Stephanie Harlow today. Since both of our birthdays are in February, she wants to do it around that time. So I'll go visit her, and we'll work and do the Jessica Chambers. There is a Jessica Chambers documentary or something coming on Investigation Discovery at the end of the month that they're going to do a special on. So I'm glad that a lot of more people are taking interest in the Jessica Chambers story. But in this story, the mistakes that the killer made was going to the police saying a story that didn't make sense. And the reason he had to say this is because they caught him leaving and going back and forth on the scene. Jessica Chambers was found by herself. The person had already fled and left the scene with no trace. And the only person of extreme interest has lost his life. I don't know how much you guys know about the Jessica Chambers incident, or, crime or murder. But I try to not go in it so much for people who don't know, but I know a lot of you all already know a lot of details about it. But we don't know who took Jessica's life, and there's a lot of people that was around her at that time. Some false leads due to stereotype of black people. They tried to say didn't like her, and they loved the crap out of Jessica Chambers. And a very, very interested guy who possibly had a big crush on her, who lived close by and doesn't have an alibi and sort of has a motive. So we'll get knee deep into that case. I do think the Brazilian Jessica Chambers case of Ellen, I can't pronounce her last name. I don't want to mess up her last name. Ferreira. I think that case will be solved fairly quickly. And it's just another horrific incident that's going on around the world. It's not just America, not the United States. My ma Tanny is not in the United States. She's in Australia. So she gives us horrific cases from Australia. We know a lot of stuff is going on all across the world. And I don't know. I think I just classify every murderer as a narcissist. And even though they may not be, I'm not qualified. It's just that I just think it's crazy that you think you can get away with something in the world that we live in like this. So we got to keep these cases open. We got to keep these cases important, because the more we talk about them, when we shed light to them, we force police officers at times to do their job. You couldn't shut Sarah Turney up with a gun pointed to her head. Nothing was going to shut her up. And her constant talking about her sister, fighting for her sister, using every platform possible for her sister, causing the arrest of her father recently this year in 2020, of a year that's nothing good is going on, because she would not stop. You could not stop Ruth Trotter from trying to get people interested to know, so the police to stay doing their job to catch Yasser Saeed for murdering his two daughters in cold blood in the backseat of a cab. So it's important that we do this stuff. We don't want to step on the police toes or go inside any of these cases, trying to overstep in what they do. We just want to make these victims stay important, so there can be closure to their case, and also prevent other cases like this from happening again in the future. That's going to be it for this live tonight, the final live here. Got to pack up everything, but we're moving on to new beginnings. Now, if you guys are new here, the after party is on my other channel. My mom should put my other channel link, which means as soon as I shut off this live, I'm gonna go live right again on my channel. We talk about this and other stuff, just laid back anything. It don't have to just be true crime. It will be true crime, or we can talk about. I'll go on that channel and say insinuations, what I think. I try not to say what I really think about stuff without any evidence, because I don't want to persuade people on a big platform. But I do want to say this because a lot of you guys heard a song I made earlier. And the reason I want to talk about the song I made about me moving, and I reveal a lot of personal information about my life. I want to talk about it and end this live not for me. I want to do it for other YouTubers. How many times have you guys heard a YouTuber say, "Man, I'm sorry I can't get the video out. A lot of stuff going on." And then you guys get mad. And I don't mean everybody. So if it doesn't apply to you, I don't mean you. I don't mean everybody. I'm saying for the people that get mad when their favorite YouTubers say, "I'm going through something," or please let them stay vague. Please trust them. You know what I mean? No one owes anybody anything. YouTube is free. You can watch it whenever you want to. You can go watch somebody else if someone is not coming making a video when you want them to. It's free on your phone and on your computer. This isn't a restaurant where someone works for you and they have to do what you say. Be a human. I've said for over a year, going through some stuff, or I apologize, I don't have anything together, because there's been a long tunnel process. This John Crimes channel was created. It was created for me to have a focus on something, because I was going through a depression and I was very, very sad. Way back in December, what was that, 2018, I think, because I was going through a divorce, and the ending process of coming all the way into my new life, there's all these roadblocks came up that, on top of COVID, on the way down to the end of thinking everything is in line and I'm about to move away with my daughter, and then that case comes up right at the end. All of these things that can just make you go crazy inside. You're just like, wow, this bad stuff happening to me. At the same time, when you try to deal with all of this stuff, the people here asking about a true crime video, when you love to be at a mental place that you can just come out and just do this stuff all the time. But like, you guys have never seen me have my life so together that everything is normal. I've been in a cocoon the entire time, like a caterpillar. I've been inside the nest the entire time you've known John Crimes. The John Crimes channel was made because I went into a cocoon nest. When I get into the U-Haul and drive away, that's the butterfly. And then that butterfly, that when I can just be the John Crimes regular human being YouTuber that's not going through anything, that can do this and just have a regular YouTube channel, to where new people that's coming here right now, they just see these lives on Sunday. This isn't what I do. I make documentaries and I go into detail on these. You'll get to see these released a lot. Sometimes maybe even 2 times in 1 week. You're going to see me get to do that. But I want you to use how you felt when you heard that song and you was like, oh my God, I didn't know he was going through all of this stuff. Use that when you go to another YouTuber and they just vaguely tell you with no details, because no one owes anybody anything. We don't owe you to tell you our personal life. When a YouTuber says, I'm just going through something, trust them. Just trust them. There's other things you can do, other things you can watch. To me, somebody's mental sanity is far more important than when they can deliver the next video for your personal entertainment. That's all. We can discuss that in more details and stuff. The link from my mod should be in the description of how to get to my second channel called John Hinge. I'm gonna go live right now on John Hinge, and then while I'm live on John Hinge, I'll be making the thumbnail for this one right here. Thank you guys for holding it down. Nah, see y'all soon.